Hi, my name is Shane Tomlinson, and I am an engineer on the Firefox accounts team, and I am here to present some work that Ryan Gaddis, Ryan Feely, and I have been doing this last quarter to encourage users to pick stronger passwords. Now, we want users to have strong Firefox accounts passwords because the password is used to create an encryption key that is used to keep all of your sync data safe. And sync data is actually very high value data for potential attackers because it contains things like all of your bookmarks, your whole history. You might have a couple hundred passwords in there that they could use to break into other sites. And just as importantly, add-ons. If an attacker can gain access to your account, they can install add-ons on your computer. None of this we want. We want your account to stay safe, so we want to encourage users to pick nice, strong passwords. Now, before we get into the new UX, let's check out what we have today. So if you go sign up for a new Firefox account, next to the password field, you'll see this little help bubble that has some educational text. One is don't reuse your email password. The second little item is remember your password, but it doesn't really do a good job of trying to encourage you to pick a nice, strong, memorable password. And as it stands today, Firefox accounts only has two real criteria that need to be met before you can create an account. One is you have to have a password. So I tried submitting without a password, little tooltip comes up, says no good. The second is the password has to be at least 8 characters. So I tried to submit with a short password, it says no good, go home. Now this is okay, but we think we can do better than this. I'm going to go back, use the magic incantation to see the new UI. My email address, how original, but that's okay. So you'll notice this little help bubble over here has changed. Now this changed to show the 3 criteria that must be met. And the reason we're doing this now is that the Lockbox team went out a couple of quarters ago and did a lot of user research about how users perceive online security, how they go about choosing passwords on sites, and what they were looking for, help from sites to create stronger passwords. And what they found out is that users like to know the criteria up front, and they like instant feedback as they're typing their passwords. So we are trying to address those two here. Now you'll see, by default, not much is shown in there. It doesn't give much feedback, but if I start to type a password, you'll notice I start to get some feedback. My password's not yet 8 characters, so a little warning icon shows up. Okay, that criteria is not met yet. So I try to go for a little bit longer password. Test user. Okay. It is at least 8 characters, so I had the little checkbox turn blue, or you get a little blue checkbox. It's not my email address, but apparently it's in that list of common passwords. And that list of common passwords is the top 50,000 most common passwords as defined by OWASP, which is the Open Web Application Security Project. They keep a list of the top 10 million. We use the top 50,000 and say that's good enough. So the password I chose was test. Not very good. Let's try my email address here. I just used the local part of my email address. Says must not be your email address. Okay, we'll try the whole email address. Nope, that doesn't work either. Let's go back to some really crappy password, just password. It's common, so we add a few extra characters. Password 123 is in that top 50,000 too. And then we make this a little bit longer. The last criteria turns blue. The little tooltip disappears. Everything's all good. So let's go back here. The last thing I want to show off is what this looks like in mobile. So this design also works in mobile, but what you'll notice is that it covers up the next 2 input fields. So this is one of the reasons that we have to make this little tooltip go away. So I now have a nice strong password. It goes away. I can now touch the next input field and we are good to go. That's all I want to show off today. That's all I can show off today because the second design We are still iterating with legal on some of the help text, but I look forward to showing that off as well whenever it's ready. Thank you very much.